So in the last video, we talked about how to do queries in MySQL through the mysqli PHP library, and we saw how we created a database, and that database exists, and so we can't create it again, obviously. But it's very common in developing a PHP application that you're only going to have one database, and so it doesn't make much sense to really concern yourself outside of the context of that one database. And just like with MySQL, where you could use the use command, so we used something like use coding school so that we were specifically referring to it and we could create tables and stuff for it. We'd use something kind of similar in mysqli, but instead looks like this. We are already connecting with these three arguments, and now we can add a fourth argument called DB, or it's not called DB, but it could be the database. The database that we want to connect to can be the fourth argument. So I'm going to go up here, and we will set that connection, and if it works, then let's comment out these pieces. That's not right. There we go. That's the correct comment. So if this works correctly, we should do echo successfully connected to the coding school database. Great. So let's try it. There we go. So because the database already existed, we were able to connect to it. Now, if it didn't exist, we would have gotten, well, I think maybe it may automatically create a different database for you, but if it didn't exist, it doesn't matter. So make sure you spell your database correctly. So now that we're inside the context of that database, let's alter our SQL query. Man, that's some bad syntax. There we go. So let's alter our SQL query. Instead, create our table like we did last time of employees. And I'm going to do this on its own line so we can kind of keep it neat. So we'll open up parentheses, and we will have an ID. Do auto increment. We'll do name varchar 55 not null, and we will do position varchar 55 not null, and salary 8 can't be null either. That's good. And let's go ahead. We can put that like, yeah, that's good. Maybe that's fine. So if we run this, let's say table employees, we should be able to create a table. Oh, I forgot to, that's the last piece I forgot. Primary key, ID. There we go. And so we've created our employees table now, and if we try again, it'll give us an error that it already exists. Great. So in the next video, we'll see some insertions into the database, and then finally we'll select the data and kind of see what that will look like with PHP and MySQL. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next video.